Heroes in Crisis #1 just came out today, and it's supposed to bring perspective on what violence can do to a society. Does it meet its mark? I'm Tyler Carpenter. Welcome to Draw and Talk. Here we go. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Draw and Talk. It's your boy Tyler. Today we're going to be talking about Heroes in Crisis #1. Freaking awesome comic book. I really liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, and we're going to talk about that today. First off, I want to let you guys know about my Kickstarter on October 1st. It's for my comic book Demons. It's volume 1. There's 122 pages of awesomeness. The book is already completed. I'm just putting it on Kickstarter so that you guys can buy it. So yeah, it's I put the first issue for free. I'll link down below. And yeah, check it out and be there on October 1st. So now, time for Heroes in Crisis #1. Heroes in Crisis #1 has gotten a ton of huge reactions. I'm just going to read a couple that are on the Twitter. Heroes in Crisis is a beautiful mess. The art is gorgeous, but it doesn't get me excited for the story. It gives me hardly any background about Sanctuary, and the deaths are casually thrown out with no meaning. The only reason I keep reading this is to see the first issue undone. We'll talk about that. Heroes in Crisis is all shocks, no genuine stakes. I have no idea why I should care about any of this. Well, Heroes in Crisis, the art is so gorgeous. Other than that, blandness, senseless deaths for shock value DC seems to be banking on. In conclusion, which I was surprised. I'm tired. Yeah. So Heroes in Crisis, it's supposed to explore violence in our society. That was the purpose that Tom King had when writing it. And I actually think he did a really good job in this comic showcasing how we perceive in society violence. So let's talk about that real quick. So the start of the comic, we start with Booster Gold and Harley Quinn. They're at a diner, they're eating, and you can tell something happened. They both got the crap kicked out of them. Their clothes are shredded. Booster Gold's clothes are a little like shredded. Harley Quinn's are like practically gone. Granted, she doesn't wear that much anyways. But you can tell something went on, and they're talking, and their dialogue in this diner is super important for the rest of the comic book. So if you haven't read it, I give it a second or third read through, and you will really understand, what's going on. People be texting me. While Booster Gold and Harley Quinn are talking in the diner, though, the Trinity, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, they're on their way to the Sanctuary. We don't know what this place is yet, but they're making their way to the Sanctuary because something happened. Something went wrong, and they need to get there. And there's this really cool shot, actually, where Superman, when he gets to the Sanctuary, there's like this boom panel, and then it shows him swooping in, and he's overlooking it. And I just really felt the effect of him flying and getting to the Sanctuary and seeing how important it was. So, good job, Tom King. Good job, Clayman. Good job, letterer. Clayton Cowless. Great job. So yeah, once Superman gets there, we are introduced to what the problem is. And what the problem is there are a ton of superheroes who are dead. Granted, these are D-list characters, and we don't really care about their deaths, but they're dead. And that's actually the importance of them being D-list characters. They're supposed to show the fact that there are so many people out in the world that die every single day, and because we don't know them, there's not really an emotional effect. If Robin had died, been one of the ones that died, there'd be an emotional effect. But because we have no ties to these characters, we really don't care about their deaths. And that's the point I think Tom King was trying to get to. Back to the diner, Booster Gold and Harley Quinn are talking. They're talking about PTSD, and Harley Quinn talks about the times when she was with Joker and how she had to revert back to her normal self. And then somehow or another, she goes back into a Jokerized state, and she grabs a freaking knife and stabs Booster Gold. And this causes them to obviously fight, because no one wants to get a freaking knife jammed into their back or their shoulder. And if you're a superhero, you're just not going to take that. Am I right? So while they're fighting, let's go back to the Sanctuary with the Trinity. Superman walks into the building. It's like this little farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. And he sees the first two major casualties. Now, there's already been deaths with those D-list superheroes, but these are the big ones. We see Wally West, Flash, and Arsenal, old sidekick to Green Arrow, dead. And then it moves on. That's the only panel they got, or that one panel where we see them dead. And that's another thing. That just goes to show. Tom King's trying to show we're used to violence. This crap happens. Move on to the next panel. Batman and Wonder Woman show up, and they're trying to figure out who the frick would do this. Batman says that the Sanctuary is also a casualty, so this makes us think that the Sanctuary isn't just a place, but actually a person who also died, and that's going to be a huge part of the mystery. Now we go back to Booster Gold and Harley Quinn. They're freaking fighting. They're fighting in the air. And then Booster's like, if you freaking stab me again, we're all going to die. And she's like, good. Stabs freaking Booster Gold in the neck. And then they start falling. And by the way, look how freaking far Harley's falling. I don't care who she is. I don't care that she's considered a superhero. No one who falls from that height, no one's surviving that. I'm sorry. But then they land, and this is actually the pivotal point that I was like, wow, this is a really good comic. I already thought the comic was good, but this was when I thought it was really, really good, is when Booster Gold is saying, Harley, I saw you kill all those people in there. But then Harley's like, she admits that she saw the violence, she saw what was going on, but she says, I ran, and then she says, you were the one that killed everyone, Booster. And that was crazy. And that's how it really ends. And then it ends, with Booster Gold talking, going through the therapy session. We got a couple of those throughout the issue. This shows Booster Gold. And you find out that the Sanctuary is actually a robot therapist who was created to be the therapist for these superheroes. One cool thing, if you didn't notice this, is if you go to the Superman panel when he sees all the dead people at first, look at the corner, and you can see a Green Lantern symbol. So maybe a Green Lantern also died, and we have freaking no idea about it. And it makes you wonder who could have done all this violence and kill a Green Lantern. That's something to think about. Panels that I really liked in this, first one is Booster Gold. Look how freaking bad he looks. He's like, I dare you to freaking hit me one more time, Harley. Second panel I liked was when Harley goes into that Jokerized state. Look how crazy she looks. Clayman really did a good job of showing, the difference of what she looks like when she's in that crazy state. And finally, the best panel of it all was Batman, because Batman is the king and Batman looks so freaking cool in that shot. So yeah, I really like this comic book, and it did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to showcase violence in society, and it's supposed to show us how we see violence in our society. All those tweets of people saying, this, I didn't get any shock value. This is stupid. I've been here and done this. I think that's the point. I think that's what Tom King wanted to do, is say, we're so used to freaking superheroes dying. It's something that we're just accustomed to. And maybe that's what it is in society. Maybe we're accustomed to this kind of violence in society on a regular basis. I think that's what he was trying to get at. I really hope it was. Otherwise, this video is completely useless. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment. I want to know what you guys thought of Heroes in Crisis #1. Was it good? Was it bad? Are you even going to read it? I hope you do. Also, October 1st is my Kickstarter. Be there, be square. It'll be really awesome to get you guys' support. And yeah, you guys have a good day. Peace out.